Hey everyone, welcome back. We are going to get into Smart Animate. Now, Figma has some really cool prototyping tools here, and we all know what Smart Animate is by now, just a little bit at least. Now, what it does is it looks for matching layers. It recognizes those differences and then it animates the layers between the frames. So what does that mean? Let's jump up here. So if we look at this frame, the scale frame, and this scale frame, we have two frames, and within those frames we have these elements. Now you'll notice that these elements are named exactly the same. They're scale and scale. The only difference is this one is a bit larger. Now Figma will automatically pick that up and animate it to grow instead of just having an instant animation from here to here. Smart Animate allows you to quickly create advanced animations. So you can use Smart Animate to replicate things like loading sequences, parallax scrolling, touch gestures like dragging, swiping, long pressing. We can use sliders, toggles, and switches. We can expand content like showing more and less. We can pull to refresh. All those different things we can replicate with Smart Animate. Now, what it does is, like I mentioned, it looks for those matching layers. And that also means that your layers, if you have more than one in a frame, and we'll get into that later, but if you have more than one, you are going to need to ensure that from one frame to the next, those layers are set up the exact same way if you want them to animate nicely. So Figma does take into account both the layer's name and where it sits within the hierarchy. For layers that match between frames, Figma will recognize what's changed and apply that transition to animate between them. So let's get into the different properties.